In the past decade, the U.S. has spent about $10 billion subsidizing the purchase of electric vehicles through tax credits. None of it has gone to the world's best-selling and fastest-growing form of electric vehicle, a people mover more efficient than a Tesla or Nissan Leaf. We're talking about electric bicycles, of course, under the Build Back Better spending bill, which passed the House last month and awaits Senate action. E-bikes could be given a boost for the first time from the federal government. There are more than 2,000 pages of information on the tax credit for e-bikes, which is worth up to $900. If the incentive remains intact, the e-bike makers, which lobbied for its inclusion, will celebrate a battery-assisted victory lap. Rad Power Bikes says the tables will have turned if this goes through. We think e-bikes need much wider support, but we're excited to see we're heading in the right direction. This is a major milestone for an industry that didn't exist a decade ago. The fact that there is an e-bike incentive in a federal law is remarkable, considering that a few years ago, many... Please go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you like what you hear, and give me a thumbs up if you found some good ideas in this video. Thanks. People didn't even know what e-bikes were. In its current form, the bill provides a 30% credit for new e-bikes up to $3,000, excluding those that cost more than $4,000. This is a reduction from the original proposal. The credits also phase out based on household income, beginning at $75,000 for a single taxpayer. In the House bill, the credit covered 30% of spending up to $5,000 on bikes that cost up to $8,000. It was a blow for Tern Bicycles, which sells its most expensive cargo e-bike for more than $10,000. All but one of Tern's models would have qualified under the original price cap. Now all but a few are excluded. Customers might be turned off by such a low threshold, which could keep them from buying the best bike for their needs. Tern's folding cargo e-bikes, for instance, do not cost less than $4,000. People for Bikes, a trade association that speaks out on behalf of bike makers, says the credit cuts were a natural part of getting the bill through the House. We want as much credit as possible to be available to as many people, as we are excited for anything that puts e-bikes on the federal map. But this is just the beginning. Banayan says it is a perfect fit for Rad Power, which sells its e-bikes online for $1,000 to $2,000 depending on the model. Most e-bike companies will probably not see a big benefit. The NPD Group, which tracks sales at bike shops and outdoor stores, reports that e-bike purchases tend to cluster at the top and bottom of the scale. In the 12-month period ended in September, almost 60% of bikes sold cost less than $500 or more than $3,500. In this same time frame, unit sales of bikes between $1,500 and $2,000 grew at a rate of 176% over the previous 12 months. There is little academic research on how price affects consumer preferences in the e-bike market. Congress cannot determine what level of incentives will persuade the most people to buy e-bikes while spending as little as possible in the absence of data. We don't know where that sweet spot is. For now, Congress seems to be taking the view that it's better to prevent a well-to-do weekend warrior from using the credit to buy a joyride than it is to help a potential cargo bike customer get over sticker shock. E-bike brands may need to adjust prices to fit the tax code. If the limits remain the same, and we have a bike that works out normally at $4,200, maybe we end up at $3,999. Regardless of the outcome, it's encouraging that the government recognizes the value in e-bikes for the environment and traffic, not to mention our pocketbooks. Here is the end of the video. So if you would like to be notified when I put out a new video, please subscribe and hit the bell to be notified, along with the thumbs up button if you like this video. Hope to see you later.